What's up, everybody? It's Kyle here, and today we are going to redo the view on Logic's Everybody album. I did the reaction about, I'd say, like a week and a half ago, so I've had some time to really process this album and listen to it a good amount of times, and I just wanted to discuss it now and talk about how my thoughts have changed and what I've been thinking about for the past week and a half while listening to this thing. So I just want to say that on my first listen through, I did like the album, but like it wasn't my favorite Logic project, and I thought I wasn't disappointed, but like it just didn't feel like I don't know. The first time I listened, it just didn't feel right, I guess. But after listening to it more times during the past week, I will say that it has grown on me. It has grown on me, and I do think this is the kind of album that you have to listen to multiple times before you really appreciate it. One thing that I wanted to talk about before I go into the positives of this album is the only negative that I have on this album is the skits at the end of songs. That's just like, I'm not even mad that they're on the album. I just really wish that they would be separated from the songs. Like, Take It Back, if that, like, I play that song so much, but every time I have to be ready to hit skip, like, at a certain part of the song, and that just annoys me. I should probably just download a version of it without the skit at the end at this point, but, like, people shouldn't have to do that, you know? So I just wish that he had separated the skits from the songs. And another thing is, I was listening to Bobby Tarantino the other day, and that album, I think, one sec, I'm just gonna look it up real quick. So yeah, Bobby Tarantino is 11 tracks, 11 songs. Well, there's one skit on there, but 2 skits. 11 tracks and 32 minutes long. Just keep that in mind. 11 tracks, 32 minutes. Everybody is 13 tracks, an hour and 10 minutes. That's one more track than Bobby Tarantino, and more than double the time. So that's just not needed. But it sounds like I'm hating on the album right now, but I do really enjoy it. It's not my favorite Logic album. I still like Under Pressure and The Incredible True Story more, but I do think Everybody was a really good album. This is my like personal ratings, so don't get pissed off about this, but I would rate Under Pressure and The Incredible True Story both a 9.5 out of 10. Although if I had to pick one of the two, I'd probably pick The Incredible True Story just because it has more, like, songs that you can listen to individually, whereas I feel like Under Pressure is more of, like, it's better to listen to it as a whole kind of thing. But with Everybody, it's definitely it's better to listen to it as a whole kind of thing. But I still think Everybody's really good. I'd give it, like, an 8.5 or a 9, in my opinion, but I'm a huge Logic fanboy, so that would be why. I'd rate it about the same as Bobby Tarantino. So anyways, one thing I did want to say is that it's crazy to see how much support that Logic gets from like the music community. I saw, like, on Reddit and everything, everybody's hating on the album, but like from other people within the industry, like other rappers and like not reviewers, but like interviewers and stuff that interview hip hop people. Everybody's just been saying that they love the album, and they've been like tweeting it out and stuff. I know there's been guys like Ty Dolla $ign, like obviously everybody who's featured on it has done it, but like other weird guys like Royce da 5'9", Ty Dolla $ign. There's a couple other that escape me right now, but it's just weird to see that because you don't really see that with many artists, like so many people from the industry supporting their stuff. So that was really cool to see, especially from one of my favorite artists. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is I do think that this album would have been received a lot better if those 3 songs hadn't been released as singles, and I understand that you need singles with an album, but I just feel like those were 3 of the best songs on the album. So like, well, I don't even mean that, but like they're just good songs, and I feel like if people hadn't heard them before, they would think that the album was better because like I don't really know how to describe it, but when you listen to an album, it's kind of like you just disregard the singles, you know, because you've heard them before. That's what I do, at least. And I feel like if he had released Black Spider-Man and maybe one other song, Not Everybody, like one other song, I don't know what song, as singles, and just those 2, I feel like people would have enjoyed the album a lot more listening to it the first time through. And another thing that I wanted to touch on is people, like, everybody's hating on him, like, about the race thing, talking about his race too much. And like, oh my god, any video I go onto that's talking about Logic has that stupid comment that it's like, me, hey Logic, oh, hi, did you know I'm black? Like, that fucking comment is like 8 times over in every fucking Logic video, and that's so annoying, because like, when he first announced the album, it was called Africarian. The title of the album was Africarian. What the fuck did you expect? And people like don't seem to understand all the different perspective he's rapping from. There's like 4 songs max that he's rapping about his not max, but like Black Spider-Man, that isn't only about his race. Like, that's about a lot more than just that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think people are just giving him a really hard time about the race thing, and I do think it's because of what he looks like, how he appears to be white, and just what he looks like in general, you know, because he doesn't really look like a rapper, and I feel like people that are really into hip-hop just automatically want to hate on him, so they find, like, before it was him biting everybody else's style, and now it's he's talking about his race too much and stuff. It's just always gonna be something, I feel like, and that's so annoying. I think people need to just shut the fuck up about the race thing, because holy shit, dude. One last thing before I give you guys my top 3 tracks of the album. It's the fucking story between like Tits and The Incredible True Story and Everybody is actually so crazy. Like, I've seen so many weird conspiracy theories and stuff, and the fact that so many people are coming up with these things, like, just based off of albums, like music albums, no video or anything, is insane. Like, on the Everybody cover, there is in the background, you can see it says like Talia Traitor on it, so people are thinking that Talia's leading Kai and Thomas, I think his name is, the other guy, to their death on Paradise and stuff. Like, it's just so crazy to read about all these theories, and it's just based on an album story. It's insane to me. Now, my top 3 tracks, this is actually really difficult for me to choose. I want to say not including the singles, but you can't say not including, because it would make it easier for me to pick 3 songs if I didn't include the singles, but you can't really say that when you're giving a top 3 tracks on an album. It's really hard for me, man. I think, and like I said, if these singles hadn't come out as singles and they were just on the album, I'd probably put Black Spider-Man in my top 3. 1-800 is such a good song. I love that song, but I don't know why, I just can't put it in my top 3. I can't. My top 3, I'm just looking at this now because I haven't even thought about this before, honestly. My top 3 are, and this is how I know it's a good album for me, because I have such a hard time picking a top 3. My top 3 are Killing Spree, Africarian for sure. I fucking love Africarian. That's such a good ass song. And the final one, it's either Anxiety or the 1-800 song. I think I'm gonna have to pick 1-800. That's just one of my favorite songs, but I do think Anxiety is really good, and that is one of the only songs that I thought the skit was okay on. I actually like the skit on that song because it feels really personal. So yeah, top 3 are Killing Spree, 1-800, and Africarian. Those are my top 3, but I love Black Spider-Man, I love Anxiety. Most definitely he shreds that. The first bit of Take It Back would probably be in my top 3 if it didn't have that long ass skit at the end. America is a fantastic song. I'm still not that high on Confess. I think Confess is eh. But yeah, that's gonna do it for everybody. This has been me redoing the view on Everybody. I'm uploading more. I'm about to record some reactions right now. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you do enjoy this video. If you haven't seen my reaction to Everybody, go check it out, man. Go check it out. And I'll see you in the next upload. Thank you guys so much for watching.